Hey guys, so I'm gonna make a quick video on my bed cover and then my bed rack. Gerald commented asking me to make a video of how I kind of put them together, and I don't want to do a full install because I already have it installed. I don't want to uninstall it and then reinstall it. So I should have just made a video when I installed it last year. But basically, I have the CBI bed bars. Okay, those are actually pretty cheap, great bars. They're like 450 bucks. And then I have this Tuxedo Lopro bed cover. Okay, so this is a pretty cheap option as well, and it'll work with the bed rack. So let me undo this real quick and I'll show you kind of how it's put together. All right, so you can see the railing here, okay? And then you can see these two bolts and then this black bracket. All right, this black bracket is part of the bar, or the bed rack, and then the railing goes on the outside of it. So you install the bed rack first, then you install the Tuxedo Lopro cover, and the railing just goes alongside of this. And the way this bracket is, it's so thin that it really doesn't make a huge difference when you put the railing over. I'll link down in the description some videos that I used to install both of these systems. I'll just link them in the description so you guys can see how that's done, and then go from there. But so you'll see here, you have this kind of waterproofing layer right in there, and then once it hits the bar, it just kind of flails out all kind of randomly. It's not super pretty, but it really isn't a big deal, and water doesn't really leak in that much. So it's kind of the same thing over here. And then when it does rain, what'll happen is a little bit of water will kind of just slide down here, and it'll come down to the bottom, and it'll get wet kind of like back to here. And that's about it. And it's not even enough water to make a pool or anything. It's just wet, basically, a little wet. But everything else stays really dry. Like all your boxes will stay dry. Maybe like the little bottom part will be a little wet. But it also protects it all from the dust. You know, when you're driving on those trails, there's like tons and tons of dust, and it gets all over your stuff. So this basically stops that from happening. You can just open up the bed, all your stuff's nice and clean. So I also talk about this whole bed rack and cover a little bit more detail in my modifications video, and I'll link that up at the top of the screen here. You guys can check that out if you want. That's it, and I hope that helped out, Gerald. I don't know if it did or not, but let me know.